Welcome. Build Out here. Super excited about this video. Today's video is called The Importance of Organizational Change Management in Your Projects. Welcome. I love this topic. Build Out here, and I am really excited about talking about how important organizational change management is on your projects. Organizational change management is critical for the success of the project, but it's often overlooked. And I hear that all the time. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take you through a little quiz, but before I do that, I want to actually introduce myself. My name is Bill Dow. Over the last 30 plus years, I've had hands-on experience in the PMO and project management space. Over the last 20 years, I've managed 10 PMOs across 4 different companies. This whole channel is focused on PMO and project management. I love this topic. I'm passionate about this topic, and I'm passionate about sharing the things I've learned through tips and best practices and on the ground running PMOs and running projects that can help you be successful. So let's dive into this. One of the first things I always say when people talk to me about my career and what things I do differently, if I could reverse my career 30 years ago, I would have started with organizational change management. It wasn't a thing back then. It wasn't as big as it is now. But when you think about changing the hearts and minds, you think about adoption. This is a critical skill set. Okay, so we're going to start with a quick quiz, okay? To see where your company stands and where you stand with organizational change management. Give yourself 1 point for a yes and 0 points for a no. Is there a formal OCM lead on your project today? Yes or no, 1 point or 0. Does your company have a formal OCM, organizational change management framework? Do your executives or your leadership ask you about the impact the project is having on people who are touched by the proposed changes? Do you include OCM in your status meetings? Does your development or project management methodologies have OCM built into them? Yes or no? Okay, what's your total? Now, what we're going to do is use this scoring table to rate your company's organizational score. 0, not good. You need to start focusing. 1, still not good. Your company knows about OCM, but it's not there yet. 2, getting there. Now we're starting to see some OCM maturity. A score of 3 or better is better, right? We're starting to see some traction as well, but you're still just at the beginning. A score of 4 is good. You guys believe in the importance of OCM, but you could even do better. 5, wow. Question, do your projects ever fail? Great job. Clearly, your company believes in organizational change management. Now, that was just a fun quiz, but it's getting you to think, what are some of the things that we could ask to see if we need to do a better job from an OCM perspective? So the question is, what was your score? Do you have work to do, or did you knock it out of the park, right? I have some guesses you probably scored in the middle someplace, but don't worry, that's okay. That's just between you and I. I'm not going to tell anyone. And of course, the quiz was just for fun, but it was a result that you want to start thinking about and think about what your company's doing around the critical importance of organizational change management on your projects. Obviously, the lower the score, the worse off your company or your projects are doing at OCM, and you still obviously have a lot of work to do, and that's okay, right? So how do you resolve that? Well, that's no easy question, right? But if I could give you a couple tips or a couple tricks that I've done in the past, I think that's going to help you be successful. First of all, understand the difference between organizational change management models, right? There's Prosci, there's Kotter, there's Connor. I actually documented them in my book, The PMO Lifecycle, Building, Running, Shutting Down. You don't have to master them all. You don't. But knowing 1 or 2 of them fairly well would be a great starting point. I would recommend starting with Prosci or the ADKAR model. I've used it for years. I think it's amazing. The Kotter model is also excellent. But again, number 1 is really knowing the OCM frameworks that are out there and following them. Don't wing it. You have to follow them. We're talking about changing the hearts and minds of people, right? You have to take it seriously. You have to follow the step-by-step process. Does that make sense? Okay, let me ask you a quick question. What's your company's organizational change management score? You may have scored it for yourself, you may have scored it for your project, but what do you think if you asked it at the company level? Are you at the beginning stages? Are you already excelling in organizational change management? Comment below, let me know what you think. And I'm dying to know, really. Because focusing on people first, that's the process that's really second in the process, right? So you need to know the models, and then second, focus on the people, right? That's critically important as well. The only way you're going to change the hearts and minds of people is when you focus on people, right? Knowing that people accept changes at different rates. Some people take much longer than others, right? And some people will adapt these changes right away. You need to know that. You need to understand that model. Obtain executive support. I can't stress enough. OCM is not a grassroots project. You need to have executives driving this, executives understanding the importance of changing the hearts and minds of people, understanding the importance of adoption. That's going to go a long way. Don't do this without executive support. If you can't get executive support, you really need to step away and say, this is a huge problem for our company. And if executives don't support it, you're never going to get the adoption rates that you expect you would. Does that make sense? Okay, let's wrap up today. We covered the importance of organizational change management and how to assess your company's OCM maturity, your OCM maturity, your project's OCM maturity, all with a fun little quiz just to allow you to score that. We then covered understanding organizational change models, right? Focusing on people, getting your executive support. So really try to give you that nice framework of how you can approach organizational change management on your projects. Does that make sense? Okay. Quick reminder, if you like these types of videos, you like these types of stories, you like this information, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell. Thank you for watching. They'll be in the next video up there or up there or up there. One of those places. We'll figure it out. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you online. Thanks.